What's up? What's up? It's the Arthur Moats Experience with Deke. I'm Arthur Moats, and that's my main man, Deke.
What's good, bro?
Man. I am excited. We have action. We got live action today, man.
Yeah.
Big time show ahead of us. Yeah.
Big time step, huh?
Yeah, man. I mean, we're always evolving. We're always trying to get better. Find that nugget, right? The winning edge. That's how Coach Tom would always say, man. You got to get that winning edge, Moats. Come on now. Get that winning edge meeting now. So we trying to find that winning edge. And we said a part of that would be having live interviews as well. And today we're going to get that opportunity. Today we're going to get a chance to bring y'all a live interview in the flesh. This is what we needed. I'm excited about it, man. A little nervous.
Good guest too, because
super hyped though, bro.
Honestly, probably the best guest we've had on the Arthur Moats Experience with Deke
Seriously,
podcast.
dude.
Top 2, top 3 at
Banner,
worst.
Banner is in that conversation heavily, bro.
I can't think of anyone off the top of my head that competes.
Dude.
That might have been the best one.
And it caught us off guard too, because I remember when we first talked to him, we were just kind of like, all right. I mean, we see a little bit of him on social media.
That was probably only like our 6th or 7th interview, maybe even 5th interview too.
Right. And also, he was still becoming known here in Pittsburgh in terms of being, 72 is eligible. So his little cult following was starting to grow. And it was just one of them things where we both just hit at the right time.
Yeah, collided at the perfect time. You're right.
It was hilarious, man. You even got a nickname in that interview. Now
Sure.
that I think about it, man, because I believe Deke is French for something else.
Well, yeah,
that begins with a D.
he explained my nickname essentially.
Yes,
he has his own little spin on it. We'll see
He
if he might not even remember it.
He
I don't
might
know.
not, but if he does, it'll be good because you're still here, and it's good that he's still here, and we could just regroup right around that narrative right there.
Yeah,
man.
yeah, I'm fine with that.
Yeah, so I'm excited about it though, man. It's, like I said, it's a good time. And then you brought out the fine clothes today. We got
I guess so. Yeah,
meat.
yeah.
We got the pit hat with the trucker hat too, man.
Trucker hat, little throwback.
Like that a lot.
Yeah,
I was over here watching you. I got the little monitor showing me the feedback, and I'm looking at you, and I'm like, God, that hat is clean.
It is. It's
man.
like it's got this high rise to
it's
it.
Clean.
It has some authority.
I like that.
Combine
man.
that with the stash. It's a good look today.
You look like you're supposed to have a pack of like Newport smushed up right here in your
Maybe
chest,
some
man.
Chew or something.
Yeah.
Some Red Man.
Talking about I'll fix your car, don't worry.
But yeah, none of that today because I don't really do that. Worst thing I'll do in terms of tobacco is just smoking like little cigars. That's about it.
Okay.
Never messed with cigarettes my whole life. Never messed with chew. Nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong with it. It's just something I never really wanted to dabble in.
And I like how you were very specific in terms of leaving out backwoods. You did not include that in the
actually those are the little cigars that I smoke. Yeah.
It's all good, man. It's all good. Everybody needs a backwood guy in their life, man.
I don't know why people. This is my thing. We're getting off topic a little bit. I'm sorry.
Just a little bit. It happens.
I like those so much better than actual normal cigars. I don't know if it's a generational thing because probably people in their 40s and 50s that have the traditional cigar laugh at like the Black and Milds, the backwoods and stuff. But dude, they're so much easier, dude, and they have nice flavors and stuff. So
they have nice flavors and stuff.
I feel like they're better when you're out on the golf course. So that's my take.
Okay.
Although I haven't smoked an actual cigar in a while, I got off them. So maybe that's what I need to do because those will probably last longer when you're out on the golf course. Usually those small cigars, it's only like a hole or two and it's gone.
See, and I'm actually getting some very valuable information about this. I'm just not sure how far we can go into this conversation with the different styles and other utensils that you could use to, make alterations to said cigars. So yeah, I don't want to deep dive into that too much. Keep it PG-13. I don't want to get in trouble today. But yeah, man, you are a big football guy though, man, with this fit today, man. They said
I think so.
People are digging the fit, man. Some swag gaming says, yeah, Deke, big football guy with that outfit on. They liking the outfit, man.
I'm heading to Three Rivers. It's 1983 or something.
Dude, Fifth Ave Sports says Deke looking fresh to death.
Wow,
I agree, bro. You look clean, man.
Yeah, it's a vibe. It's a little bit of a vibe.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. I had to come through big with this interview today.
Yeah, that's what it is?
Yeah, I think we got a good podcast. So I want to make sure I was looking fresh.
We got to keep it going, right?
Yeah.
We're headed in the right direction. And shout out to Freddie Garcia, man. He said Moats looking fresh with the taper fade. Oh yeah.
There's that. Yeah, and you got a nice shirt on.
I had to actually go somewhere today, so I had to put clothes on.
Yeah, it's a good shirt. I got that one in the pink and the blue camo. But always good to shout out our boy from Nolac. He's the one that basically got this thing going.
Here, man.
So we always rep his clothes on.
Gotta show him love, man. Yeah. Major love. But yeah, man, they digging it, man. Benore Johnson says Pitt University in all caps, big Deke energy as well. I like that, man. But nah, this is a good look on you, man.
Thanks,
that's a solid look right there,
Thanks.
baby. So I guess we'll go ahead and start with minicamp, man, because that did just get wrapped up, right? That did get wrapped up.
I guess. I didn't know how long it was supposed to go, but then I'm seeing some Instagram posts by Steeler accounts that I follow saying minicamp is wrapped up. Total of 3 days. I'm like, oh, wow. I thought it was going to be like a couple weeks, but yeah, that's it. 3 days of minicamp, then we have training camp.
Yeah, man. I was actually fortunate enough to get down there and
we saw some behind the scenes
stuff. Yeah, I wish I could have showed more. Trust me, I wanted to show a lot more. The problem is we are not allowed to. Like, literally, the video I showed you was probably about as much as I could get without getting in trouble, and that's because of my relationship there, right? Because their biggest thing is with practices happening, the reason why they don't allow us to record a lot or talking specifics about what's going on, not necessarily for the Pittsburgh writers, right? But you imagine if it's week 10 and Matt Canada has this new fake that he drew up, right? And they ran it on Wednesday. And say me and Deke are down there practicing. We come on the show and we're like, yo, we saw this crazy play that Matt Canada drew up where Zach was lined up on the left tackle spot. He motioned over to the right side. And then they did a double reverse flea flicker pass from Chase Claypool to Ben for a 70-yard bomb. And we tell it on the show on Wednesday. And then come Sunday when they try to run it, the opposing team already knows that because we know everybody's tuning in to our show. Those are the things that we have to avoid. And that's ultimately why we can't give too much access, can't talk in specifics too much about it. But I was glad to be able to show that little bit with y'all because y'all deserve that, man. Y'all been rocking with us for a while. We got to show any of the behind the scenes stuff, man. And there's more behind the scenes stuff, pops up as the season progresses and stuff like that. I got y'all, man. We keep it rolling, man. But I can say this, dude. The vibe, oh man, the energy first off was insane. 89 of all 90 guys were there. So, I mean, great attendance. The only person who was missing was obviously Stephon Tuitt, and we know what happened in terms of his family and the loss that he suffered. So that completely understandable. But I just thought it was awesome to see that guys like TJ Watt, contract year. Guys like Minkah Fitzpatrick, contract year. Guys like Terrell Edmonds, contract year. All three of those guys, right, for various reasons, could have chosen to take a different approach instead of showing up for minicamp. We've seen it around the league, right? We don't have to name the guys, but it's plenty of guys that are talked about, whether it's positively or negatively, that did not show up to minicamp because of contract disputes. So I thought that those three guys being there was huge in terms of just showing the camaraderie and the overall mentality of this group right here. I like that a lot.
Yeah, how can you beat that? That's actually a really good point because there are some names, and I guess we're going to be talking about it maybe a little bit later, like you said, around the league that just aren't coming into camp, and the vibe seems everyone's all in, from Ben to the defense, like you mentioned. Najee Harris, people are talking very highly about.
Yes.
It seems to be a very positive vibe with this team going forward. So I'm excited too.
No, for a fact. And Double HH, shout out to you, man. We definitely appreciate the love and support. He says, I have been enjoying the content this offseason. Keep it up. Man, we definitely will keep it up for you, man. And trust me, we love giving the content.
Sure.
This is always a good time in here, baby. Yes, indeed. Emmanuel Molina calls me the people's insider.
Yeah,
that's what I am.
That's a good point.
I appreciate you on that, man. We try to do what we can, man. It's a team, though. It's teamwork. I can't do it by myself. You need a Deke in your life, preferably a big Deke in your life. All right, we don't want small Deke over here. I need big Deke, and this is what we got. Taco Meat Deke has showed up. He's in the flesh, and he is helping us help you. So we appreciate you, Taco Meat.
Thanks, bro. Thank you.
But man, to me, like I said, though, that's very, very significant, man. And Barilla92 also brought up this about TJ. He says that TJ is looking jacked. What do you guys think? Over or under 12 sacks? I say over.
Whoa. I feel like that's a disrespectful
I feel like
number.
it is too, man. Listen, being able to see TJ during the minicamp setting, I can't talk specifics, but trust me, that man is ready to go. Okay, 12.
Did he get the Jordan meme tattooed on his back or something?
Dude, if it's just 12, I'm gonna be pissed. Okay. I'm thinking 15 or more. Okay, that's the number for TJ, 15. All right, and I'm taking the over.
You had the extra game too.
Absolutely, and that's my thing. I'm like, man, TJ, he was getting 12 sitting out a game. Yeah, I need more than that, baby. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So
yeah, I'm thinking at least 15 too.
Yeah, we definitely going super duper over with that one, Barilla 92. But man, I thought, like I said, it was huge because when you talk about a guy like TJ, you know what he is in line to make. He is about to have one of those record-breaking, highest paid type contracts, and rightfully so. He deserves it. But for him, in the midst of all that, to still say, you know what, man, I'm pulling up. I'm showing up. I'm here. Like, I'm bought into this. I love that right there, man.
Is there any word on that? Because I thought this was going to be the summer that contract was going to be taken care of.
So right now, they're from what TJ said in his interview, I think he said he wasn't focused on the contract, but he was letting off that the contract talks have been going well. And all reports that, the people that I've been around, they've all been saying the same thing, that the talks are going well. It's more so with a contract or a deal that's going to be that big, it's a lot of little details you got to get worked out. Whether it's bonuses, whether it is
maybe even like timeline of when you get the guaranteed money,
absolutely,
and dead cap hits and stuff like that.
Because your money can be guaranteed as soon as you sign it, but you're not going to get all of that guaranteed money as soon as you sign it. They space it out. So that's another thing that typically goes into this negotiation process. But the thing that I'm enjoying is when you see both sides on the same page. Both sides have already verbally put it out there to each other and publicly that they want to get this thing done. And when you got that happening, the deal gets done. So I think right now, man, it's just more of the formalities of the little nuances getting worked out. But I anticipate this deal getting done before the season starts. Hopefully it'll happen, before training camp gets here.
I was going to say, is that the deadline with the Steelers? They don't typically negotiate within the season.
As soon as game for week 1. So it can be Saturday night. They can get the deal done. It could be Friday going into the game. They can get the deal done. But once that Sunday game hits, negotiations are all off until the offseason. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, we have a lot of time then. I just haven't heard anything from it.
Yeah.
That's why I was interested. Are we just going to let TJ go into the season without getting the contract extension done? I could see that side of it from the Steelers standpoint, business-wise, but from both sides, everything we heard up to this point we're getting the TJ Watt deal done, and they're probably going to focus on the Minkah Fitzpatrick deal the next summer.
Absolutely, man. And that's, I think, the right approach, man. You got to definitely get TJ done this year, though, because in terms of the hierarchy of those two guys, even though we feel like Minkah is a great player in his own right, TJ is homegrown. TJ is the guy that we've seen how he can just take over, and he plays at a position where he's allotted that opportunity a lot more frequently, and than Minkah typically is. So for me, like, I just love the fact that they're focusing on getting that part done. But I think both of those guys get their deals done, man. Not this offseason, but both of them.
Well, it makes sense too for when they came into the league. TJ came in a year before Minkah too, so that's just, I think, the timeline for how they're going to do it.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. And Jamal Christmas. Jamal Christmas, man. We got him in the upper room. He's welcome. Can we welcome him?
What's good?
Welcome to the upper room. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. And Justin Levin, we appreciate the love and support. Definitely do.
Appreciate it.
Now, Kenneth Beamer, man, he's also agreeing with us in terms of TJ Watt. When we're talking about over or under for the sacks, he's going with the over as well, man. We got to go over, man. Come on, baby.
I was thinking 16 range even.
Dude, I'm looking. Let me check in the chat real quick, man. Let's see what we're talking from a sack standpoint. Yeah, so Donnie, oh man, I forgot to say the name. Oh, Nguyen. That's what it was. Yes, Nguyen. Good work. Yeah, so he says 15 sacks by TJ would be nice.
That's what he had last year. I think he had 15 or 15 and a half. Plus, I thought it was 15 and a half
with him sitting out one. And then Justin also says 19 sacks for TJ. You're going to be pushing it, but I like that right there, man. I definitely like that a lot.
It's been done before.
No question.
Those type of numbers.
So. With less games. So now, man, you got Ray saying 17 and a half sacks for TJ as well.
That's what I'm thinking.
I'm loving it, man.
I'm thinking that range, 16,
I'm
17.
loving it, man. And Matt McKissick, shout out to you, Matt. We appreciate the love and support. He says TJ getting the sack record this year. Big Deke energy. Now, we know the sack record sits at 22 and a half sacks. So, I mean, it can happen. You got the additional game. We've seen guys flirt with it and come close. Obviously, Chandler Jones and Shaq Barrett.
Yeah.
Was that 2 years ago now?
2019, Shaq Barrett had 19 they were right and there. A half. Chandler Jones was at 19, I think.
So we've seen guys come close. I know DeMarcus Ware.
Didn't J.J. Watt have 20 at some point?
He had 20. Donald had 20 and a half. DeMarcus Ware did it one year in terms of getting 20s. So, and I think Vaughn was up there one time also.
18 or 19,
So it's definitely possible with the additional game. the biggest thing though is making sure that he plays in all the games. We know when we win a lot and we have to sit guys, he's one of the guys that's going to sit. That's just how it goes. So whatever you do, TJ, just kick all the booty you need to kick before that last week of the season. You'll be good.
That shouldn't affect the defensive player of the year though, because if you're playing that good,
agree, man.
And maybe he has a sack or two less than someone that maybe racks up a couple at the end of the season in garbage time, I don't think that should affect him because a lot of it's based off impact. I mean, they gave it to Donald, even though his stats were worse than TJ based off the position he played and the impact. So I don't, in terms of the sack record, that could affect the sack record, but it shouldn't affect his chances for defensive player of the year.
Correct. And Rod Joseph, we got new action over here, man. Rod,
good?
Welcome to the Upper Room. Yes, indeed, baby. We appreciate you. Yes, we do. Yes, we do, man. Hey, man, I got the song. He said, Moats, where's the song? Man, you know I sing the Upper Room. I got you, baby. I got you. Man, the chat gets to opening up and, it get all wacky over here sometimes, baby.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed, baby. But I'm with that, man. I like that a lot about TJ. And before we switch from TJ, Levante also says this, and shout out to you, Levante. We appreciate the support. He says, TJ Watt going to break the sack record this year. The disrespect ends this year. Have a blessed weekend, you guys.
There it is.
Dude. Nothing else needs to be said.
So simple, yet so profound at the same time.
It's that simple, man. And trust me, a lot of people in the chat are agreeing with them. G. Mikovitz says 16 sacks, step up from last year. Absolutely. Mike Laney, TJ setting the standard with 16. Rod Joseph, TJ breaking it, 20 of them. He just said it again. Then from there, Trina Steele, Diva 5, at least 18 of those things. That's how it has to be, ladies and gentlemen. This defense.
Why not? He's on that trajectory. This should be like these next 2 or 3 years should be the peak of his powers.
And I'm also thinking about this, not only with TJ, him being motivated, right? Because he wants to get paid, or hopefully he'll be paid prior to the season. So he's going to want to show that he's worth that money. But you also have 2 very important pieces that are going to be playing in his favor. Minkah Fitzpatrick is in a contract year and wants to get paid. Terrell Edmonds is in a contract year and wants to get paid. When I say Minkah's in a contract year, I know he has the 5th-year option, but nobody wants to play on the 5th-year option. You want to get that deal done before that. So this effectively becomes that contract year. Why does that help TJ? Well, you need 2 guys on the back end covering their tails off and making plays back there so the quarterback holds the ball a little bit longer, right? Now you're able to make even more splash plays. So for me, knowing that those 2 guys are going to be just as hungry as TJ is, I feel like the storm is getting, we get that thing forming, right? We're looking out on the horizon. We're like, yo, I see these clouds over here. I see this over here. Maybe that was a butterfly. Could have been the Deke's vitamins. I don't know. But either way, it looks good. I feel like this perfect storm is forming right now. And I'm excited about it. I'm excited about it, man.
Now, those are 2 pieces to the secondary. This may be a little bit transition because we are talking about minicamp a little bit. Have you heard the rumors? Have you heard the talk?
Talk about the rumors.
Who's been impressing? Which would also help TJ's case a little bit too.
This is very true.
You not only need the safety coverage,
yes, indeed.
Maybe even more importantly, the cornerback coverage.
Yes, indeed.
Which was a little bit of a concern coming into this season, but
a little bit of a concern.
Top 3 concern.
Yes.
Top 3.
Easily top 3 concern, man.
But based off some of these reports, someone is easing those concerns a little bit.
Hey now. Somebody that I think we talked about on this show, right? You might have name dropped them first, potentially.
Are you giving me this?
I like to give you that credit.
I was ahead of the curve.
I want to give you that credit. I want you to have that
Pierre
credit.
Island.
I want you to have that credit.
I saw one highlight and said he's going to be next up. But yeah, they're talking about James Pierre, and it actually goes hand in hand. What we were talking about, I don't know if it was last podcast, 2 podcasts ago, about how the cornerback rotation is going to work. Because if Cam Sutton's our cornerback 2, what does that look like?
Correct.
If James Pierre can play outside better than slot, why would we keep Cam Sutton on the outside and put James Pierre in the inside? That wouldn't make sense. So someone's really going to have to step up and be able to play that like one-on-one coverage on the outside. From these reports, though, James Pierre looks like a stud right now.
Yeah, man.
Picking off Ben twice, and everyone says he looks the part.
I'm glad that you dropped that part right there about the interceptions. I was leaving it alone. I won't go say that about James in terms of what he was able to do out there, but
Ben's bonus confidence.
Listen. I wanted to low key, like when we first set up, and remember we were talking off air and I'm giving you like some of the nuggets about what's been going on. I started to drop it then. And I was just like, I don't know his vibe right now. If I throw it out here before the show, it could mess the whole energy.
I only look at it as a positive, honestly, because it's not against another team.
Okay.
We're team building here.
Okay, I'm with you.
Iron
I was nervous.
Iron.
I was nervous. I'm glad that you're transparent like that and you're in a comfortable space.
Yeah.
As it pertains to 7.
I'm good. I'm happy.
Because I will say this, man. For even though he had a couple of not so savory plays, 7 still looked like he has some he got some juice still. That's all. I can't go too far in depth, but he still has some juice. All right, and I was liking it. And it wasn't just what we're accustomed to seeing last year. Like we had some vintage. We had a little vintage out there. That's all I'm gonna say. You're not gonna get me in trouble. I'm not getting fired on my day off. Okay, I like having my little access when I get to going through the back gate and go up. I like that. All right, I'm not getting in trouble today. But my man,
him versus Foles. What's it looking like in a 40?
It'd be competitive.
Okay.
It'd be competitive.
A little bit more than you thought before?
It'll be competitive. I got you. Is that a nice compromise? Did we meet in the middle there?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I just try to help you meet in the middle. And Q, man, shout out to you, Q, man. First off, for the love and support, but also, man, Q says it's simple. Smash the like button.
Yeah.
I mean, Q does have a point here, man. It looks like it's around 200 people in here right now just chilling. We only have 53 likes, though.
No, that sucks.
That's not acceptable. Deke has talked about this before, man. We don't like having to talk about likes. We like talking about Zach Banner and this interview coming up, about the Epic Experience Sweepstakes. We like talking about that. We like talking about football. But when y'all not hitting the like button, we got to talk likes. Shout out to you, Q, for that, baby. But yeah, man, it's simple. Hit the like button. It looks like y'all are doing that, man. We appreciate y'all love, though, man. Like I said, it's not what we need.
Maybe even sign into your burner account, too.
Oh. You
you
gotta have a burner account. That's mandatory. Gotta have that. Absolutely.
Yeah, because you probably got another Gmail account for business or something too,
or
right?
something.
Who knows? Who knows what else? But you probably. I think everyone's got 2 or 3 Gmails.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. You just sign it up for everything.
Yeah.
Don't open.
Oh yeah, exactly. You got
all
you got a Gmail for whenever you go to stores or people are trying to offer you stuff through emails, discounts, whatever it is. You just throw that out there. You never check it.
Yes.
Probably got another one for business. You got another one for personal. And then maybe you got a 4th one for who knows what.
Who knows what. Yeah. For the janky times. You got to have some janky times out there, man. But yes, what they both just said, man, use the janky lines and then get your like on, all right? But going back to Pierre. But actually, before we get to Pierre, because I'm excited about this Pierre dude, man. And I want to give the people time to get their comments in about James Pierre as well, as I'm seeing them flow in, just in terms of their thoughts on him and how excited they are. But we'll tease a little bit about this Zach Banner interview because, like we said, what we're going to be talking to him about is this Legends of Pittsburgh Cruise, which is pretty dope, baby. The Epic Experience Sweepstakes, where we're giving away a cabin for 2 on the cruise. We talking all this, 20 plus Steelers, current and former, that are going to be there. I mean, this is what you want right here, man. A tailgate, a black and gold tailgate abroad at sea. That's what we got coming up, baby. But before we get to that, we'll go back to James Pierre because I feel like now these people are here, right? They ready?
Yeah.
They ready? All right. So let's see what they got to say about Mr. James Pierre. First off, Manuel Molina, just Pierre, all caps, loves it, loves him. Then he says that he gives you credit again. He says that he never heard of Pierre until Deke started talking about him. That's what he said.
I'll take the credit.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. And then, hold on, somebody else says something. Oh, man, the screen just jumped. Where are you? There we go. We're back now. We are back. Ray Thomas says James Pierre is going to be logging 400 plus snaps on the outside. I hope so, because watching James, man, he is still very fundamental. We talked about that in the film breakdown I did on James Pierre, in terms of he might not be the most athletically gifted, but when I tell you this dude understands the game, he understands coverage, leverage, where his hope is at. He's always in position, and that definitely was very evident throughout the minicamp practices that I was able to see. My man always looks like he's in the right position.
Do you think he increased the athleticism or maybe some of those things that you were talking about that he lacked compared to Justin Lane?
It's certain things that he's never going to be able, and that's the thing, with Justin, watching Justin run, it's certain things that it's just James can work out as long as he wants, as hard as he wants, with whoever he wants. He's never going to be able to backpedal like this, put his foot in the ground, flip his hips, and burst out that fast. But what James can do is this. Okay, instead of me having to take that extra step that, might make me at a disadvantage, well, shoot, I'm going to just line up 1 yard inside and 2 yards deep, and now I'm already in position. I don't have to worry about this cool turn that this athlete can do that I can't do. That's what James has continued to show. So Yeah, I like him a lot, man. I'm excited about him, baby. I am excited about him. Yeah.
The hype is real.
Absolutely. Yeah. Donnie reiterated the fact that he had the two interceptions, and he gave a fist bump to Ben for that. He's like, he's going with you, man. What'd you call it? Character building?
Team building. This was a team building exercise.
Team building. That's what it was.
Iron sharpening iron.
Yes.
You love to see it, man.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. And it's South Florida Steel 777 says Ben picks are good picks when they go to our defense, and I agree with that. As long as it's our defense, yes, that's the
sure, because that means the defense is looking good.
And it's not often that we get those, man. I'm just throwing it out there, man. I've seen plenty of practices. I've been a part of those practices with him. They're far and few in between, man. So when you do get them, man, you celebrate. You throw a pep rally. Which James did actually not. He was kind of chill about it.
No, not at all.
He was super chill about it.
He was really
man.
humble in the interview about it too. Yeah.
I've seen guys literally get an interception in practice and say, yo, 7, I need you to sign this ball.
No.
I can't make this up. I've seen it. I've seen it. Right here with my good eye. Right here.
I'm just trying to think about the cornerbacks during that time.
Hey.
I know you're not going to name names.
I'm not going to name names, but I saw it and I was just like, bruh, wow. Like, okay.
It had to have been a dude that we just picked up randomly for a few games, and like that was going to be his only chance to get a signed ball and have that moment.
All I'm going to say is you would be surprised.
Oh, I'm surprised. Okay.
You would be surprised, man. I mean, I remember you remember when Tashard Choice, we was playing Vic, and after the game was on Thanksgiving, I think it was, right? He was with the Cowboys. After the game, Philly wins, and he goes over and he asks Vic to like sign his glove in the middle of the field, and everybody got on him for it.
Yeah, I do not remember that.
Yeah, dude. This happened on Thanksgiving, man. It was crazy.
What happened? Did he pick Vic off?
No, Tashard Choice played running back, but he was just it. I got a chance to hear the backstory when I became teammates with Tashard, but at the time, it just looked like he was just a super fan.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, and that was the same vibe that we got when we saw this incident happen, and we're just like, bro, like, no, what are you doing? Like,
oh, I thought it was a disrespectful thing.
No, it's just
like, hey, I picked this up.
It's not a good look. It's like, bro, come on, man, stop fanning over him, man. All right, he puts it on just like you. Okay,
That's hilarious.
Okay, yeah, have some dignity here. Jeez.
Okay, I thought it was more of a disrespectful thing than it was to,
man. No you can't disrespect 7 like that, man. Come on, man.
Yeah, I guess not.
Absolutely, though. And then we got Call Me K in here. Shout out to you, Call Me K. We appreciate you. Ooh, Call Me K. Should we try to get Xavier and Howard? Deke was speaking on this last night during the stream. We gonna talk these corners in a second, baby. Yeah. We gonna get to them. We just want to make sure we don't rush over them. We gotta, we got formalities here. We got different things that we gotta talk about in an order here. It's an order to this show. All right, a method to the madness. But we definitely gonna talk that today, baby, for certain. And we got 2 new upper room members as well. Before we go into that next topic, man, it's Took. I think that's how you say it, right? It's Took. Welcome to the upper room. And Cliff the Dark Knight. Love the name, by the way. Welcome to the upper room. Now, we appreciate that, man. From the heart, we definitely do. But as we're continuing to talk about guys that impressed, right? We talked about James Pierre and what he was able to do during minicamp. Another guy that impressed, though, was at the quarterback position, man. This guy came over during the offseason in terms of Dwayne Haskins, and he had a lot of things going on in terms of the off-field questions, right? His mentality, his work ethic, and things like that. Some people even questioned his performance in terms of if he could play or not, and we kind of put some of those to rest a little bit with the film session that we did on him. But he was another guy, man, that looked really impressive. Obviously, plenty of reports have come out, so we are able to talk about him a little bit more.
Yeah.
But what I can say, man, yeah.
It was good.
In terms of the things that we were worried about, right? Footwork, the consistency part of it, not getting out of whack when he's throwing on the run. I can say that he was looking really consistent in that part of his game. And that was largely in terms of the people talking about his accuracy in this mini camp and OTAs and saying why he looked so impressive. That was the big part of it, because we know he has a strong arm. I mean, Ben talked about it, right? The joke about throwing the football through the car wash and not getting wet.
Where did he come up with that analogy?
Bro, I have no clue, bro. I have no clue.
I get it. It's like you throw it so fast, the water doesn't touch it. But
who thinks of it though, right?
Who thinks of that? Because you're just thinking it's still gonna get wet. You know what I mean? Like, there's no way. I don't even know where that came from. Is it because that's not a common thing you say, right?
No, I haven't heard that.
That was.
But it was dope though. That's a 7. We just put that as a 7ism. I like that right there.
Sure.
But the thing, man, with Haskins, like I said, him just you watch him and you watch his footwork and just see how when he's in his framework consistently, how good he can throw that ball on the move. Because that to me was more the pressing thing with him. I feel like he makes good reads, but because of the footwork part,
if he gets it out quick,
right,
it's always on the money.
But if his footwork is bad, the ball is going to sail on him, or it's going to end up a little bit short, right? And that obviously leads to turnovers. But throughout the practices I saw, man, he definitely, you could tell that that's been something that he's been working on. I don't know if it's because the new QB coach with Mike Sullivan, the change of scenery, him being with 7 in terms of Big Ben. I don't know what it is, but as a whole, he just looked better. Like his command of the offense when he was out there, I can't say what group he was running with, but the groups that he was running with, it was impressive to see how he could take charge. It didn't matter what guys were out there. He was going to make sure that he was putting them in the right position to be successful. So I definitely like that about Haskins, man. I'm excited to see him now in the game setting, because I feel like I can go see training camp and it's going to look more like what we just saw. He's past this part of that test, though.
Okay.
Like, we know it's an offseason. He got this test and that test and that test.
Definitely.
He's headed in the right direction. He looks good, man.
What's hilarious, it sounds just like completely night and day.
Mm-hmm.
He gets released from Washington.
Yeah.
Was anyone else interested in him, or was it just us?
I don't know.
Because the way we're talking about Haskins right now,
Mm-hmm.
is like he was that top 5 projected pick that he was supposed to be, and we just got a complete steal. We basically got this potential future franchise quarterback for free.
Well, remember, the big thing we talked about him was never a physical ability standpoint. It was the mental. Are you going to show discipline when it's a pandemic, not putting yourself in a position where you could jeopardize your availability to your team? We saw him make poor decisions in that from that standpoint. We also remember a game where he had success, but then he's taking pictures or interacting with the crowd instead of being prepared to go back out there. Like,
still, that was hilarious, though.
I mean, it was hilarious, but just imagine if that's your franchise quarterback. You wouldn't want Ben doing that. We would be over here like, yo, what are you doing right now? Like, be a pro. So those are some of the things that we wanted to see get put to rest. And so far, so good. We haven't heard anything in terms of negative about him off field wise from the people that I've talked to that are interacting with him daily at the facility. They all say the same thing in terms of him wanting to be that leader, doing what you're supposed to do as quote unquote QB1, even though we know he's not QB1, but just that mentality, shaking hands, introducing himself, being in meetings extra time, trying to watch more film. Like, I like that about him, because that's not easy to do when you're the new guy. And it's not easy to do when you're coming over from an organization and you have baggage in terms of your name has been tarnished a little bit. You've had a public failure in the NFL, being a top 15 pick in the first round and being released 2 years. That traded released. So when you see a guy that can, put the pride to the side and say, man, I don't care about all that. I know what I need to do to make this roster. I know what I need to do to be an effective contributor to this team. I don't take that for granted.
No, definitely not. No. And what's amazing is the comparisons in his game or attitude, work ethic. Yeah. It's completely opposite of what everyone was saying how he was in Washington.
Yes.
He's talking about how much he's putting in the work. Everyone else, like these reporters and what the media is saying about him, is that, man, he's working really hard. He's taking this really serious. And he even said in the interview, like, one of the main things for me is I want to make sure the Steelers don't look bad that they took a chance on me. I want to make anyone that put their foot out for me, I want to make them look good. But then he also said, I want to show the Steelers that I love football. And this was some of the stuff that I was reading too. This was a few weeks ago about him in high school and college. Like, this was the guy he always was. Mm-hmm. It's just maybe Washington really was that bad of a situation for him, because Jay Gruden didn't want him. Mm-hmm. There was all this turnover. And if he felt like he was never destined to get the chance that he should have, it's just like, what am I doing then?
Absolutely, man.
And he did get this second chance with the Steelers, and it seems like whether the Steelers are all in on like, hey, man, you got this potential to be a franchise quarterback, he at least thinks that, like, hey, I got a legitimate shot here, and it seems like they believe in me enough to give me this shot, so I'm going to be all in.
Absolutely.
He's a Big Ben fan too, which is
like
good.
That. We definitely like that.
It seems like the surroundings are just night and day from Washington here in Pittsburgh.
Absolutely.
Which could be amazing for both sides.
Which we hope it is. I think it should be, but we hope it is. We hope it works out. We're going to get them answers, though, very soon, man, once this preseason hits. Couple housekeeping, though. KHI246, he asked, did we announce the cruise winner yet? We have not. 4:45 time frame, man. We'll be calling up the big man, Zach Banner, have him come on, talk a little ball, and then from there, he will be the one picking the winner, baby. So you haven't missed out. Yeah, you think I'm gonna put that pressure on me and you? No, because then if we pick and then we didn't win, they're gonna be mad with us. We don't want them sending that energy this way. We're gonna send it to him.
Sure.
That's how you work smarter, not harder, baby. But what we will do in the meantime, right? Because we got a little time here, we should pay some bills. And the best way to pay some bills, baby, is by getting ready for this hot boy summer. And what do we mean by hot boy summer? I'm talking for the Manscaped crew, baby. It's hot guy summer, man. When the summer hit, we got to be feeling good.
Yeah.
Nice and aerodynamic. And the best way to do that is with my friends over at Manscaped. We know the Lawnmower 4.0, the one, the 4.0 with the light that goes on.
Technology is crazy.
Off. I mean, how do you think this beautiful face gets groomed this way? How do you think this taco meat stays aligned? We can't show nip, especially during the ad. We can't show that during the ad.
I don't want to get kicked off YouTube here.
We definitely can't do that. But how do you see this perfect length of taco meat there? That doesn't happen without the Lawnmower 4.0. But since it is hot boy summer, right? And I call it hot guy summer, hot boy summer, because we know the girls, right? Was it the Stallions and all of them? They got their hot girl summer. We not going for that anymore, all right? We taking over here. It's our time. All right? So Manscaped, they said, what if we hooked up the guys? What if we hooked up the hot guys with the performance package? I said, whoa, what you mean? Share the details on this performance package. Performance package that includes the Lawnmower 4.0, which we already said is pivotal. I mean, it doesn't get any better when it comes to the below the waist grooming. It doesn't. I promise you. Personal experience. Okay. So you got the Lawnmower 4.0 that's in there. They also have the Weed Whacker. What is the Weed Whacker? You might be asking, right? Well, you notice we don't have any nostril hairs over here, right? We nice and groomed. That's what the Weed Whacker does, baby. Gets those nose hairs, gets those ear hairs, wherever else you might have hair growing. It's kind of weird. All right? Weed Whacker. Then, can we add to that?
Oh, yeah. I think you have to.
It wouldn't be a hot guy summer if we didn't add to it, right?
Yeah, you need all the elements.
So not only do you have the Lawnmower 4.0, not only do you have the Weed Whacker, but you also have the Crop Reviver along with the Crop Refresher. I mean, you got two things for your crop. This is revive, refresh, revive. You can't go wrong with that, baby. You can't go wrong. And as we said, we don't talk about anybody unless we have deals for you all, okay? And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, use the promo code Moats. Get you 20% off along with free shipping, baby. Don't miss out on this opportunity. And trust me on this. Once you do that and you make your purchase and you use the promo code Moats, your delicate twins, they will absolutely love you for this, baby. They will. Ask Deke about it, man.
This is a big time summer, too.
Mm-hmm. You need it, man.
We were locked up all last summer.
You need it, man.
You got to come with your A game.
No question. It's the only way to be, man.
Manscaped is helping you do that.
That's what they do.
Yeah.
And that's what we bring to y'all, baby. That is what we bring to you all. So now that we're done with that portion of, the ad work, the bill work, can we talk a little bit about this cornerback market, man? Because we had somebody bring up Xavier Howard.
Yep.
Obviously, Stephon Gilmore. He's another name that's been circulating out there. So I said, man, you know what? Let's come in here. We got to talk a little bit about this cornerback market and if we should be exploring it, especially coming on the heels of James Pierre impressing during this minicamp time frame. So let us know in the chat. How y'all thinking, man? Should we make any moves at the cornerback room, man? Xavier Howard, we know his contract situation down in Miami. He's not too happy with it.
Do you know he had double-digit interceptions last year?
Absolutely. Dude, Xavier's a beast.
I thought he had like 8.
No, he's been a beast for a minute, but he don't get a lot of respect. Yeah. You play in Miami right now and they bad, it happens. But no, Xavier's a monster, bro. He can do his thing, man. There's a defense, though. You look at their stats.
Yeah, their defense
they were legit, man. For a fact, they were legit.
They still ended up going 10-6 with the quarterback situation they had last year, in between Tua not having the best rookie performance and also Ryan Fitzpatrick, who actually, weirdly, he's having some of the best seasons of his career over these past 4 or 5 years. Whether it's with the Jets,
dog, Fitz,
Dolphins,
Magic. That's my dog.
Just so random. But did you want to go first with this?
No, I like when you go first right here, man. Because I was laughing as I'm reading through the comments. They called you a narco DEA agent from 1983. It just killed me. Shout out Double HH. I was trying to stay focused as you were going.
So I got my year right. I said I look like I'm going to Heinz or Three Rivers Stadium back in 1983.
Yeah, that killed me right there. But yeah, we'll go with you though first, man. In terms of cornerback market, man. If you're thinking about one of these guys potentially, man.
I like the idea of both. right off the bat, right on the surface. It sounds amazing. We bring in Stephon Gilmore. All of a sudden, we have Stephon Gilmore, Cam Sutton, Joe Hayden. We bring in Xavier Howard. We have Xavier Howard, Joe Hayden, Cam Sutton. Add Minkah Fitzpatrick, Terrell Edmonds. Our secondary feels unstoppable.
Dude, that's a monster secondary right there.
So,
bro. Monster.
I don't want to write it off completely. And I do love it when big names get thrown into the trade market, the trade rumors. Yeah, I want the Steelers to get any of these guys, especially Xavier Howard, if we're going to go between the two, because he's more in his prime. But whenever I think of it more and more, we have this cap flexibility coming up in 2022. I think the least risky of the two would be Xavier Howard.
Okay.
Just because he is younger. I feel like we'd be getting him in his best years if he came here. He already does have a contract. I think it's for like $15 million.
Because he just finished up the first year of his contract, so he's still on the smaller money portion of it.
But here's the problem. I think he wants more money. It's not that he wants out of Miami. So that's problematic for us.
Yeah.
Jalen Ramsey's getting like $20 million. So that means we would have to pay Xavier Howard probably $20 million a year. Which, is he worth that? Probably. Like, he's a top 3 cornerback in the league. I just don't know if it's the best fit for us going into this offseason coming up. Where if we're thinking really high on James Pierre, where he could be, I'm not saying top 3 cornerback in the league, but he could be a steady starter opposite of Joe Hayden, at least for this year, then it might not be worth it because we might lose Joe Hayden next season, which is why it does make sense in a way where if you bring in Xavier Howard, bring in Stephon Gilmore, give them extensions,
you have them.
They could be replacing Joe Hayden in a way. But could it maybe be better where you have that cap flexibility? Joe Hayden plays out this season. Maybe he comes back for a hometown discount. You have James Pierre, Cam Sutton already on a nice contract. You still have to pay TJ Watt, Minkah Fitzpatrick. It just might be too much money going around if we bring in either one of those guys, is my thought.
Well, I will say this.
If it's 1 year, I think it'd be an amazing deal.
Okay.
But I think that might be the problem. We have to give them an extension, which would take up cap space for the next like 2, 3, 4 years.
So I will say this, and I'll piggyback this on Roger because we will be having Zach come up in a little bit, man. I actually just got the confirmation. He sat me a text. He's ready to go, man.
We ready?
But Roger says this, man. Roger says, listen here, if we get locked down Gilmore, defense go be better than the 2008-2009 defense going to carry us to the championship. I do think this, man. If you get either one of those guys in terms of Gilly the Kid, that's my dude from Buffalo, or if you go with Xavier, both of those guys upgrade this defense just insanely, right? But I share your sentiment in terms of we know we got the cap flexibility. It's going to be more robust for us next year. We also know that we want to take care of who? TJ Watt and Minkah Fitzpatrick. Just in my mind, I don't see this scenario where we can afford them the way that
keeping the defensive line to Cam Hayward to it, Devin Bush.
That's my thing. I just don't see the scenario where we can do that without having to give up some very substantial pieces. And not talking from a trade standpoint, but just saying from a contract flexibility standpoint. That's the part where, for me, I just personally wouldn't want to touch it, man.
Deontay, Claypool.
Right. I mean, Juju's on a 1 year. You're gonna have to figure out what we're gonna do with him as well. You know, so it's a lot that goes into that. And I want to keep this conversation going. I'm just looking at the clock, though. I know we're kind of pressed right here because we're going to have Zach come on to address the winner of the Epic Experience Sweepstakes for the Legends of Pittsburgh Cruise. Can't wait to do that. But man, I just feel like, dude, if we could,
it's tough because you don't want to write it off. If all of a sudden the trade comes in tomorrow, we get Xavier Howard, Stephon Gilmore. It's like, throw out everything I just said. I'm amped up about this season. We'll figure it out in the offseason next year.
Very true.
But as we're sitting right now, it wouldn't sit right with me completely. If I was GM, I don't know if I'd make the move. But if somehow Colbert did, I'd be excited about it. You know what I mean?
Because it's Kevin Colbert.
I don't have the responsibility now of doing it. If I did, I'd be hesitant to do it. Especially Stephon Gilmore, because he wants that extension. For this year, his salary cap would fit in, especially if we made some restructures or whatnot. But he wants the extension.
Both of them want new money or guaranteed money. Like I said, we're going to definitely. I feel like we should come back to this topic.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
We're going to come back to this.
We give him the call?
Yeah, man. We got to get ready to make this call for the big man. We don't want to have him waiting. You know how that goes.
No, definitely not.
And you know, he talks smack, too, when he gets on with us. So
you got to be good host.
You know, I try to just do what I can, when I can, how I can, if that's all right with y'all, you know. But it's exciting, man. Our first live one, right?
Let's see how it goes.
I mean, you ain't even turned this. Are we turned on down there? You
we're good.
down there?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, we're good.
So should I wait exactly to 4:45? I mean, I don't even know, right?
Yeah, do you want to be that guy that shows up a little too early?
I know, right? Because then it looks like you were too excited, which we don't want to be too excited. We don't want to make his head any bigger.
No, yeah. Wait till 4:45.
Wait, exactly till 4:45. We're just going to sit here with our headphones on as we prepare to call him.
Yeah, 4:45 right now.
Oh, man, so much for that waiting. All right, here we go, ladies and gents. Y'all going to get a chance, too, behind the scenes to hear as soon as he picks up. Should I hit him with the Uncle Shannon Sharp? Should I hit him with that? Zach, you said you want to get traded? All right, here we go. Uh-oh.
Arthur.
Zach, what is up, baby? You are hot. You are live right now, man. How we living over there?
How are you?
Man, I am well, bro. You know that. How you been, man? OTAs go good for you?
OTAs are good. Minicamp was great. Life is good, bro. It's not as nice today as it's been this last week, but I'm not going to complain.
Hey, I respect that, man. And we definitely got to talk some of this cruise too, man. But before I get there, just wanted to get your brief thoughts, man, on the new coaches in terms of that have been promoted, right? Adrian Clem and Matt Canada. What were your thoughts on them and your first impressions of them in their new role?
Yeah. Man, they came, like you said, coming in hot and live. They came in hot, man, for real. And when I say that, like, it's a really good feeling that and you know this from playing the game so long, it's a really good feeling when a new coach doesn't act new. Does that make sense? Like,
absolutely.
It's amazing vibes when they just come in and take over the room, and so
act
that's
like
reassuring.
You belong there. Absolutely.
Yeah,
yes.
Exactly. And it's like it's natural for them. They fit the position. They definitely are doing a great job. We're making improvements every single day. It's just, you know how it goes, man. It's a business. We got to win.
Absolutely, man.
Yo, Banner, this is Deke. What's good?
Deke.
What's poppin', man?
We haven't talked in a couple of years, huh?
I know, man. You were shitting on me a little bit last time.
Got on his nickname, man.
Stop it. We're coming in. Listen, I know how to. Not only am I now a fan over the last couple of years since the last show that you and I talked, but honestly, bro, like, I know how to pronounce your name now. You know what I mean? Like, it took me 2 years.
I like the French
pronunciation.
I'll call you Deke.
Hey, listen, it was all good. Honestly, it was hilarious. But hey, I've never been on this cruise. Can you sell me on it?
Well, you are for sure going to get sunburnt. That's the number one. The second thing is you're going to have a hell of a time. And the third thing is, which you're going to love the most, because I know you and I follow you so much, that you're probably the biggest Yinzer sports fan ever. And if you're a Yinzer sports fan, you're going to love this because it's literally all black and gold everywhere. There's a lot of alcohol, which is great. People love that. Like, honestly, you'll never run out of a drink. The food is delicious. The vibes are great. They don't overplay Renegade too much. Only at the events, you know what I mean? They don't overplay it, but they'll sample it every once. It's not annoying. And honestly, man, it's just a really good time. It's a very, very beautiful trip. You get to see the Caribbean. Moats knows too. Mm-hmm. Like, it's a one in a lifetime experience, but you can do it as many times as you want every off season. You know what I'm saying? So it's exciting, especially coming out of quarantine.
Absolutely.
Will you be doing any stand up or anything like that? DJing,
stand up. I might MC some things. I don't know yet. I got to figure it out. You know me. I take it day by day.
Yeah.
But I'm definitely gonna put on some kind of hat and put on some kind of costume and have some kind of fun. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be wild, but I can't promise anything.
So I saw some pictures on the internet.
You know how deep get on this internet now. Here we go.
I could not believe what I saw.
What'd you say?
You used to be number 69 for the Steelers.
You didn't know that?
I didn't. No. So you have to tell. Yeah, you have to tell us this story. So how did you get the number? Then why'd you decide to go away from it?
Not only did I wear Dotson's weak ass number,
I
personally, bro, like I came in the second week of Latrobe, which when you don't have the Hall of Fame game is the last week. I came in that Tuesday. And then we left obviously that Friday, but we traveled to Green Bay that week. Whoever, I forget the gentleman's name. I hope he's doing well, but he was the guy who was released the week before me, the offensive lineman from Kentucky. They legit, and I give Adam, Pat, all those guys in the equipment room, I give them so much crap all the time because they literally put my last name on his jersey, and I wore it in Green Bay. If you can have a picture, look seriously, measure up the picture, size up the picture side by side. The one from Green Bay, and I think we played the home game the next week. I forget against who. It might have been. It's probably the Panthers. We played them at the last fourth one, every one. But compare that picture, bro. I'm breathing heavy. Munch is coming off on the sideline like, hey. It's good to get you off the street, huh? You're breathing a little heavy. Munch, I'm breathing heavy because you gave me a small jersey. I'm not out of shape. You gave me a small ass jersey. And so when I go back, right, when we fly back, I go to Pat in the equipment room and I'm like, hey man, can I get a new jersey? And he was like, yeah, I got you for sure. Yeah, that's a little tight. It's a little snug. So honestly, outside of that and getting back, and then also too, it's bummed, you know what I mean? Because I literally came a year or two early before Ramon retired, so I wasn't able to get my college 73. But obviously, these last 3 to 4 years have been quite an experience where 72 turned into something special. So I'm grateful for my experience.
Wouldn't have been better with 69 though, because it would have been on the field.
69 is eligible.
Yeah, exactly.
Deke, relax, bro. We got to pause that comment. We'll run it later. We'll be all right. We got you. I got you.
Now, Zach, going back to the cruise, man, before we have you announce the winner of the Epic Experience Sweepstakes, do you have a favorite moment from the cruise? Because for me, I think about watching you perform last year, or excuse me, 2 years ago. Dude, you had the whole outfit on. You were working the crowd. I mean, it looks special. All right, it was beautiful.
You're talking about the risky business.
Hey, absolutely, man. It was a sight to be seen right there.
That's what I'm saying. And that's what you got to tell these Steeler fans, man. Is this cruise, we let loose a little bit.
It's
you know
different.
what I mean? It's not like it's not. It's a very different experience. You're on a boat with us and the guys for 3 to 4 days or however long it is, and you're just having fun. You stole mine. Thank you, Arthur. I appreciate that. But I would say it was just so good.
I'm sorry, it was so good.
I appreciate that, but you also took the most obvious, you jerks. And now I got to really think about it. CTE is kicking in. I think second place behind that was the beach day battle we had. I forget what that day. Remember that?
Yeah, it's like the beach Olympic beach battle. Yeah, absolutely.
Each player got to draft one or a bunch of the Steelers fans. Like we selected. Honestly, it was kind of brutal too.
Yeah.
The most athletic were definitely picked.
You can see who's getting picked last. Yeah.
Yeah, there was a lot of people contemplating, jumping off the side of the cruise after this, but it's okay. But they were picked. They were picked last, just like Dick was in high school. So we were playing tug of war. We're racing. We're doing all these things, and it got a little too competitive. Like people
just
are
a little
arguing.
bit competitive.
It
got very competitive.
Guys are calling fouls. Guys are calling infractions. We're really trying to throw flags.
I saw somebody push someo's head into a watermelon as they were in an eating contest. Super competitive. Super competitive.
It really got. People were booing each other.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, this is getting a little out of hand. But it was. What else do you want from the best fan base in sports?
This is true.
Like, what else?
This is true, man. Hey. I like those memories right there, and I can't wait till we all get a chance to create more of those. So, Zach Banner, it is time, man. It is time for you to announce the winner of the Epic Experience Sweepstakes. We're talking a room for 2, interior cabin, along with silver experience access. That gets you what? The photo passes for not only selfies, but for the photo sessions, along with a lot of the behind the scenes access with players, the cocktail parties, the beach party that Zach was just talking about, autograph sessions. So, Zach, I need you to pick a number.
And I'll throw in one thing at that too, Arthur. I'll throw in one thing on top of that. I'll let whoever the fan that wins this contest, I'll let them autograph the red lobster back of Deke. His back at the end of the cruise.
There we go.
I'm gonna have them autograph his red lobster back because he's definitely gonna get burnt. Go ahead.
For effect. So I need you to pick a number between 1 and 12,217. That's the amount of entrants, man. Shout out to the black and gold, man. Hey,
Shout out to the black and gold.
They step up, man. 12,217 people have entered. So you let us know what number you're picking, baby.
Ooh. Deke. Are you there, Deke?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, I need you to calculate this real quick, okay?
Oh, here we go.
Oh my God, I gotta pull up the app. Hold on.
You gotta pull up the app. Let me know.
Yeah.
Let me know. Hurry up. You're the computer guy.
Come on, man. We're good.
We're good.
Come on, Deke. You're supposed to be ready for this thing.
Yep.
Okay, let's start with the jersey number. Let's do 72 times 7 because that's how many Super Bowls we're about to get.
There we go.
Yeah.
What is it?
504.
There you go.
Right.
That's the number.
Oh, that's it. I was expecting divide something too.
All right. So
no, you need a calculator. Don't worry. It's all good.
Here we go. Are y'all ready?
Yeah.
The winner of the Epic Experience Sweepstakes is Trevor Perry. Yes, indeed. Trevor. I'm thinking like GTA right now, hearing Trevor right there, man. Shout out to Trevor Perry, though, man. Congratulations, Trevor. We will make sure we get you the information that you need in terms of letting you know the people to contact going forward and things like that. Zach, man, we greatly appreciate you, bro.
Love you guys.
Yes,
Good talking to you.
Oh yeah, peace, bro. Appreciate you coming on.
Later, bro.
Peace.
All right. Yes, indeed. Ladies and gentlemen, that was the Zach Banner joining us, man, for a few. Take some time out of his day, man, hop doing with us. But no, man, big time shout out, though, to him, man. Obviously,
feels weird taking the headphones off.
I know. I can hear again. Like,
yeah.
Not like in close. I feel like I'm talking louder. But, man, no, that's dope for Trevor, though, man. I'm definitely happy for you, Trevor Perry, man. We'll, like I said, get that info out there to you. Also, I will do this, man, because I was one of those guys that whenever there was contests going on and I didn't win, I would feel some type of way. I would. Even though it probably wasn't good to feel that type of way, I just get upset because, like, man, I wanted to win. I was excited. And I know a lot of the people that tune into our show, they feel the same way. They're like, yo, I wanted to win. I really wanted to do that. I wanted to go on the cruise. But now I didn't win. So now what's next?
What is next? I'm curious.
Well, I will say this as I take off the Zach banner because he's no longer on the line. With us. I will say this, man. I'm feeling generous.
Okay.
I think we got something going on for the people today, man, because the people deserve it. They have been awesome sticking with us throughout the show. They've been awesome with this interview. So what we're going to do for the next 72 hours.
Whoa.
In honor of Zach, right? Zach was number 72. Sure. He even factored that into the formula, 72 times 7 Super Bowls or times Big 7. You know?
Yeah.
So however we want to do that. But for 72 hours, the next 72 hours, if you book a reservation on the Legends of Pittsburgh Cruise, and all you have to do is go to legendsofpittsburghcruise.com, and you'll be able to get up there. But yeah, if you use the promo code 72 as well, right? Because 72 in honor of Zach, we'll give you $300 off of your reservation along with a signed copy of my book. Yeah, right there, Moats Through Your Life, man. I'm signing the copies, mailing them directly to you as well, man. So for the next 72 hours, that's 3 days, all right?
Yeah.
That's sufficient.
3 days, exactly.
3 days of extra times in honor of Mr. Zach Banner, in honor of the awesome people that are always tuning into this show, baby. So yeah, man, if you use the promo code 72, just the number 7 and the number 2, when you check out at legendsofpittsburghcruise.com, you will receive $300 off along with autographed copy of my book, baby. That's what I feel like the people deserve that, man. That's the least we could do.
Sounds like
that's
a great
the least
deal.
we could do, man. All right. So that's from the heart, baby. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all, man. This is fun, baby.
That was a fun interview.
It was, bro. My man does he ever disappoint, man?
No.
Like a quick 10-minute call, and it's just like, bro, he got us.
So switching the number had more to do with the size of the jersey and trying to get as close as he could to 73, his college jersey number. Okay.
I like it, though.
I saw him wearing that. I'm like, why didn't he stick with that?
And he had no remorse about it either. Did you notice that?
He was shitting on Dawson.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe that. I was surprised.
I like it. So It's good, man.
Oh, that was fun. That was a blast.
Hey, man, we need guests like Zach every once in a while, baby. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But let's get back to this.
I was gonna say, did you want to talk?
I do, man. You see, I was over here trying to like multitask, right? Yeah. I was over here doing some of the background proceedings and things like that. But no, we definitely got to get back to this cornerback convo. Let's see if I can finesse this the right way. Are you ready for it? Are you ready for it? Are you ready?
You got this.
Boom! Yeah. Stop playing with me, man. And that was my first time ever backtracking on a topic too. Just full transparency for the good people in the chat. But yeah, man, we gotta keep this conversation going right here. All right. So we were talking about Gilmore, we were talking about Xavier Howard, and what we think that looks like in terms of the money standpoint, right? If they weren't looking for new contracts, if we were just taking on their deals, I love it. I think that it works out way better. But and even in that scenario, we know obviously their contracts are still a little bit more robust, but I just feel like the money where it's at right now, knowing with the cap supposed to go up, you can make that work. But when you're talking about having to give these guys more money or newer money, right, in terms of the newer guaranteed portions and stuff like that, that's where I get real hesitant and where I'm just like, I don't know if I want to do that just yet, man.
And I don't know how much you can attest to this, but see, it's weird because we had to deal with these before. I mean, Le'Veon Bell, obviously. But outside of him, maybe Hines Ward way back in the day in terms of like contract disputes. Like we traded for Minkah Fitzpatrick, so I can't even say that. Right. I was gonna say, is it a bad sign for us to bring on someone that this is like the main concern? They're not showing up to minicamp. For us to give them that much money, would that be too much of an uncertainty for us? But I don't know.
You know the thing that's funny now that I think about it. We went to that well, like you said, with Minkah.
I know, we've been doing things differently recently.
Why not go back to that same that's what I'm thinking. It's the same phone number, the same organization, same secondary. Like, why not?
We just don't want to shell out $20 million a year. That's probably what it is.
Yeah, well,
that's what he's looking for, probably.
No, seriously. Because when he got the deal done, it was dope. But the reason why he wants it just altered is because he understands the cap is going to go up next year. He knows with the cap going up, the money
he still has like 3 or 4 years left on his deal.
The new money that's going to be dished out next year is going to be insane for these cornerbacks. And you're going to take a guy that had double-digit picks this past season, the guy that has been a really, really good player, elite corner, and he's going to be, going from one of the top-tier paid guys to middle-of-the-market type money, and that's where you get these type of scenarios. Now, typically they happen later on in the contracts, but it just so happened that with the pandemic and how the cap plateaued and now we're going to get this big boost in it, that it just happened like that. But I don't think Xavier is a bad guy in terms of a me guy or selfish word about.
You haven't heard about from him or Gilmore.
Absolutely. And just because a guy wants his money, I mean, don't we all want to get paid?
Yeah.
I mean, we got ads that we read off. We got commercials that get played. We got to do it. We all work to get money, baby. So when I think of Xavier, I'm just like, okay, this guy wants to get more money, or he understands what's about to happen in that market. I don't think that he's a locker room cancer. So if the deal were to get worked out, great. But I just don't think we're going to be able to pay him 20, TJ 20 plus. And then you got Minkah that's going to be in that area as well, man.
The only reason I bring it up, I think, is because there's a direct parallel to TJ and Minkah and how they're handling the situation versus like Gilmore and Xavier Howard.
Yeah.
Whereas like it seems like everything's in harmony where the organization's trusting of the player's trusting of the organization. Yeah. Whereas in those two scenarios, we don't really know. We can't say exactly for sure what's going on within Pittsburgh and the organization because there's so many things going on behind the scenes. Like how sure can we say who is right in those scenarios either? Yeah. So that's the only reason I brought it up just as a thought. But we had to deal with this with Le'Veon Bell, Minkah Fitzpatrick. We were on the positive end of that type of situation. So yeah, that was the only thing I was thinking. Could that be somehow a red flag? But yeah, it doesn't make too much sense. Yeah, it was just like a different angle of looking at it. But
yeah, I'm with you, man. I like it. Like I said, either one of the guys, one. I've been teammates. I've shared a locker room with Gilmore. For a fact, I can vouch for his character. The dude just wants the ball. He's super quiet, but he wants the ball, and he could play at a high level. Last year, you dealing with the injuries. You dealing with the league leading amount of COVID opt-outs. The situation wasn't the best. So yeah, he had a down year. But you put him in our defense with the pieces that we currently have, I guarantee you that's going to look a lot more like the year where he won Defensive Player of the Year versus last season. And like you said, with him, it's interesting because his market right now. He's going into the last year of his deal, and obviously his deal was from 5 years ago, if I remember correctly.
17.
Yeah, so just seeing what that new number is for him is the dicey part. And I don't think we're going to want to pay that.
It's going to be like, I thought it was just going to be 10 plus. Some people were saying it's going to be more like 17 plus. 18, 19,
like
20.
15. I feel like 15 is going to be the range. 15 on a competitor versus 17 or 18 on a bad team.
That's not bad if you're going to for sure have him as the replacement for Joe Hayden. Then
I agree. But would it make more sense to just wait till next year?
That's what I mean. It would be perfect if it was just for this year. It would be the perfect scenario.
I just don't think if New England doesn't extend him, they probably would have to move him. And I just don't think we're going to be able to wait a year from now to make that work. Because wherever he goes, it's going to be one of those we'll sign you to a longer deal type scenarios that we've seen the NFL do before. I just don't think that we're going to be major players in that, though.
Yeah,
I wish we would,
thinking.
though, man.
Yeah.
God, Gilly here. God, man. The same way we fell in love when Joe came here. We was like, God, this is a breath. Oh, we need this. I'm telling you. And we've had really good cornerback play, but trust me, if Gilly come here, yeah.
Timing might just not be right. We may have to see what the cornerback market's looking like next year. Does Joe Hayden come back for a team-friendly deal somehow? Because he's going to be 33, I think.
Yeah, 33, 34, that age.
And we got to see how Pierre plays, Sutton too.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if the cornerbacks that we have on the roster, these young dudes work out, then it would feel like maybe this isn't worth it, signing Gilmore to this long-term deal, because we'd have dudes on the cheap that's bringing more value. It would have been perfect for 1 year. I think we got to see how this one plays out a little bit.
Yeah, I think
because we could probably get a dude not to Howard or Gilmore's caliber in the next offseason.
Yeah. I mean, there's still
we can even draft a dude in the first round,
too.
And
there's still guys this offseason that are available. We talked about Richard Sherman, way more cost efficient. Now, granted, we know he has some more limitations compared to those guys, but that's an option. We know Steven Nelson technically isn't an option right now. But
that'd be perfect.
It would be nice. It would be nice, man.
Those are probably the top two. I think there's a drop off after those.
But this is what we're going to need to do. And shout out to Levante Mahoney for this one right here. Levante says, what about an upper room fantasy football league? You know, if we had a fantasy football league, we could have all these guys. We wouldn't have to worry about this, man. We wouldn't.
Who?
I mean, we just offense guys. We could start whatever defense we want. Yeah, we could technically have all these guys. We could.
Depends on how you draft, though. There's usually like 10 or 12 other people in your league. Yeah,
but you could stream your defense, though. It's depending on how it works. I mean, you got some options with this thing. You're not locked into any of these players defensively.
If you do daily, right?
No, I'm just saying just the regular basic fantasy football league where you play once a week. Yeah, you would still just stream your defenses. You don't have to lock into one defense and use them the whole time every game.
You took my advice that way.
I mean, it makes sense. Yeah. You sit here.
Play the matchups.
Okay, you going to start this defense versus the Kansas City Chiefs? I think not. Okay? Yeah. Got to stream the defense, man. But an upper room fantasy football league. Oh, man.
It's interesting.
It's interesting.
I don't know if I'm coming out of retirement.
It's interesting. We'll have to think about that.
Yeah.
We'll think about that. All right?
I made a statement that I wasn't playing unless I had all Steelers on my team this year.
Oh, that's what we're doing.
Yeah, it's a bold call.
So you're committed until the draft then? And then if the draft doesn't go your way, then you can.
I know that's the tough part, because I feel like I could pull it off if I got into a random league.
Because
people don't know me.
Yeah.
So you could probably get Harris in the first round.
Okay.
And I think you could probably do.
You could do Claypool or Juju.
I think you could get those. Yeah, I was gonna say. I think you could get those 3 receivers in the next 3 rounds.
Yeah, Ben, you get him.
You could get him late.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone's eyeing up Ebron or Fryerman, so it's doable.
It could definitely work.
Is it the best strategy for winning? But it's a great strategy for having fun though. Because usually when I did play fantasy, I'd always have Ben. I'd always try to get at least like A, B, or Bell on my team too.
Yo, they just hit you with you're definitely coming in last if that's your squad. Shout out to Cole Fitzsimmons.
Well, dude, all I would need is a second running back.
Yeah.
You know these running backs get hurt. I pick someone up on the waiver wire.
No, not when your running back is Najee. No.
You usually start 2 running backs.
Oh,
There's a flex spot too.
Okay.
My 3 receivers, I'm set though. I'm definitely losing on the bye week, definitely.
Yeah.
Because I'm not going to be able to start anyone.
Correct.
I'll just have to pick up everyone out of waivers. Yeah, I just need a RB2. Do I start? No, I wouldn't start both tight ends. So I'd stream the tight end, whoever's hotter, between Fryman and Ebron. I think it could work.
It could.
I think it could work. I would need a strong running back too. That'd be tough if I'm drafting all Steelers though to make sure I get them, because
just draft Benny Snell. That'd be your RB2. You're good. So now you got a handcuff. So if Najee goes down, boom, you got Benny.
I need to start someone.
No, just start Benny. You know,
Benny
he'll get a couple of snaps here or there.
Benny Snell getting all the goal line work.
Hey, that'll be clutch.
Touchdown voucher.
You know they'll do that. I hate when teams do that, by the way. You let the star running back do all the work, and it's like, oh, he's the short yardage guy. Let him get the touchdown. No, heck no. You give it to the main back, man. But we would definitely do that. You know we would do that. We were doing that with L. Bell here. We were doing it with James. Oh, yeah, man. All right, we down here. All right, let the other guy score. Like, what are y'all trying to do? Is this a contract? Is this a contract conspiracy? Like, make it make sense. How does a guy run the ball all the way down here and then you give it to this guy who's just standing over there and let him score? I hate that. I just not a fan of it. Not.
I think that fantasy team could be dope.
It could. We're going to look into that, man. We'll look into that.
Yeah.
We'll look into that. Definitely will, man. LeVar, though. Shout out to you, LeVar. LeVar says, what's up, big dog Moats and big Deke energy, or big energy Deke?
What's good?
I'm late to the show today, but listening on my way back to the Amazon warehouse. Man, LeVar, shout out to you for number one, working at Amazon. We like them. They're cool. But number two, you tuning into us while you working. That's how you work smarter, not harder, baby. We appreciate you. But what if you missed? You missed some content today, man. You're gonna have to go back and get the replay.
Oh yeah, get the banner interview.
I mean, yeah, the banner interview was crazy, man. We did a sweepstakes giveaway, a big time announcement for the Legends of Pittsburgh Cruise. That took place up here.
Talked Haskins.
We talked Minicamp, Pierre Island. What? I mean,
Cornerback talk.
I mean, dude, we got some everything going on right now, and there's more.
Mm-hmm.
That's the crazy part. But wait, there's more.
Mm-hmm.
I love it, man.
Anything else on the cornerbacks?
I'm trying to think, man. I'm looking through here right now. Not seeing anything else about this cornerback situation. I'm just seeing some people still talking about Malik Hooker as well, though, man. Jonathan Holman.
Some people are saying it's a done deal.
It says sign Malik Hooker and believe in the corners we have! ! I do think that could be what you're saying, though, in terms of it being a done deal. Kind of like with the Al situation, right? You remember Al took the visit to Baltimore, and the deal, from the people that I've talked to, they said the deal was done the week prior to them even making the announcement. He just waited.
Oh yeah,
both parties waited until I think when the new league year or something about a date that had to take place where it would have freed up more money, and that's when they did the official. Okay, now you signed the contract and now you're here, but they already had agreed upon it. It could be a similar thing with Malik. It could be one of those things where, all right, we know what we want to do. We know you're going to come back and we got this type of situation here, but we're going to wait until it gets closer to camp. We know, okay, we have post-June or post-July cuts and things like that, how we can move the money around. That could easily be a scenario. I hope it is a scenario. That'd be dope, because y'all know if I like the Malik Hooker guy, man. I think him in our secondary as well, it just gives us a lot more flexibility in terms of what we want to do with him, Edmonds, and Minkah.
Well, there's a few things with that. One is I did see some Twitter activity from Malik Hooker that does basically confirm.
You saw what he said, man.
I know. It does basically confirm a deal's done. He retweeted someone talking about Pittsburgh in a very positive light, that Malik Hooker was going to sign here. So there's that. But also what's interesting to me, because we talked about minicamp a little bit and who impressed. Obviously, we talked about Pierre, but a lot of people are also talking about like Trey Norwood, Arthur Millette, Antoine Brooks. Now, if we sign Malik Hooker, we got like so many dudes competing for this either hybrid safety role, third cornerback, slot cornerback spot.
Chad Westerveld even brought up Shakur Brown. He said even him, maybe. And he's also in that conversation, without a doubt, man.
So how does that play? Like, we got so many dudes then, which
we do.
I guess is good in a way, because cream of the crop's gonna stand up.
Yeah, or at least we hope so, right?
Like we'll probably be cutting some really quality dudes then by the end of preseason.
And if that's the case, man, you live with it, right? If we gotta cut one or two good players, but we know we got the best of the bunch, you just make the tough decision. And
maybe some of them practice squad, like the younger dudes. You could probably put like Shakur Brown or Trey Norwood to practice squad, but a lot of people are high on them too.
Yeah, man. So I mean,
this is why we're saying preseason gonna be sick.
Yeah, it's intriguing, because for us, obviously we're higher on these guys than maybe some of the other teams around the league, but we know how significant their roles are going to be. And whichever of those guys emerge, like, this is going to be a big deal. They're going to play significant snaps, and they're going to either be a big reason why we're successful or a big reason why we're not successful, man. And that's the part that I'm just like, I can't wait to see it in game, because watching it in practice is cool, and you can impress in practice, but I always caution with practice because it's a familiarity element that takes place when you're seeing the same guys every day. When you're in these meetings with these guys, you're watching the same guys on tape. You learn their moves, they learn your moves. So even though that has its own difficulty in terms of them knowing what you can do and vice versa, you have such a competitive advantage compared to if you're playing against a team that you've never seen before, or you might only watch them a couple times on tape, but you haven't played them in stadium. That's what I want to see. And you also know you have the crutch in practice of, if I get beat, it's just practice. The level of pressure there compared to when it's in a game and you get beat and it's a touchdown.
And then you're bench rest of the year.
Right. And you got everybody.
Livelihood on the line.
You got all of us up here talking about you. Like, that's the part that I'm interested to see. Like, how did they handle that? Because in a practice setting, once you've seen these guys for 10 OTA practices, now you've seen them for 3 minicamp practices, you're like, yo, bro, I ain't scared of Deontay no more. I know what he could do. I'm not scared of Chase anymore. I know I got the combat catch. I'm going to play through his hands. But what happens when you showing up and it's just like, oh, it's Deshaun Jackson today. I never played against him before. Hold on, man. How fast is he in person? Yeah, he's healthy today. He's healthy today. Or you out here and it's like, man, who's this guy over here? Who's a Cole Beasley? Oh, man, he looks a little faster in person. Like, those are the things that I'm going to be interested to see in terms of how they handle that, how they adjust on the fly to that, man. But it's going to be a fun time with them.
Yeah, especially if we would sign Malik Hooker, because that's just adding more to that fire, that competition that we already have for those type of spots, whether it's the third or fourth cornerback, hybrid safety, whatever it is. Don't forget, we have Marcus Allen too. Like, there's just a bunch of dudes out here. Of guys.
And Miles Harrington, he goes back to this, and shout out to you, Miles. We appreciate you. He says, I'm with the fantasy idea as well, the fantasy league idea. And he says also, I think Malik Hooker would be the best DB fit for our defense right now. So he likes Malik Hooker fitting in our defense.
What were we talking about if we sign him? We would maybe move Terrell Edmonds up to the box a little bit in certain
Edmonds
packages.
In the box. Yep. And we said that obviously Minka could play the nickel corner role. He's done that before, but that was part of the thing that he said he didn't
it wouldn't
like
be
in
maybe
Miami.
Most optimal.
So we wouldn't have to do a ton of it with him, but you have the flexibility to let him roam or play a lot closer to the line of scrimmage and just read the quarterback and jump routes when you have a guy like Malik Hooker who can play in the middle of the field the whole time, and it not be a scenario where you're holding your breath or you're asking yourself how long until he makes a mistake. Obviously, Edmonds took steps in the right direction last year with that, but it's still different between Edmonds versus Malik Hooker from a coverage standpoint.
That's Hooker's
exactly.
specialty.
Whereas Edmonds, we know Edmonds is going to be the best tackler of the group. So all three of those guys factor in and play a significant role in terms of how they could be positive contributors to this defense together, not, oh, I'm out here, but you got to sit on the sideline. We're not even talking like that. We're seeing all three of those guys being able to work in concert.
So if we bring him in immediately, you think he's above all the other guys, though?
What you mean?
Like, we bring in Malik Hooker, all of a sudden, like Arthur Millette, Shakur Brown, these other dudes that we're talking about, kind of for these weird packages. Like, Malik Hooker's the main guy.
Yeah, I feel like he becomes the main guy because between him and Minka, they both have the flexibility to play as a safety, or they have the flexibility to play as a nickel corner. So what does that entail? Now that means Cam Sutton doesn't have to worry about flip-flopping between outside corner and inside at the slot. As we said, coverage changes, communication changes, leverage changes. It's a lot that goes into it, and Cam has shown that he can do it. But he's had very small sample size where he's had to do it in the same game in terms of, okay, he's the outside corner, but then on possession downs or sub package ball, he bumps inside. We saw it maybe 3 times last year. And in those scenarios, he played well, but it's different doing it for 3 games and not in consecutive order, just 3 random games last season versus you doing it for 17 plus weeks. That's the part for me where I'm just like, if we can lighten that load and have one less thing for him to worry about, why not?
And I'm guessing, too, I know we are high on dudes like Brooks and Millette, but to have Hooker, who was the first-round talent,
absolutely,
whenever he was healthy, like, he was a really productive player, and Colts fans really liked him. They just thought he was misused there.
Yeah. If
he somehow can fit into our system and what we're trying to do.
And stay healthy, too.
Yeah.
Healthy. Got to stay healthy.
That'd be cool. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
You can't assume the contract's going to be more than like $2 or $3 million.
No question.
So,
yeah. Because he's coming off of injury as well. And he's been injured 2 of his first couple of years in this league. And they weren't little injuries. They were significant injuries. So his money market isn't going to be the most robust. That's why we keep talking about it and why we feel like it needs to happen, or they should strongly consider it happening, because he is a guy that if he is healthy, he makes your defense better. He's a guy that can do some things that a lot of people can't do just based on his God-given abilities. So, yeah, baby. Yes, indeed. I'm with it, man.
Yeah.
I'm with it.
I'm still good with it, too.
I like it, man. I like it.
What else we got?
Man, so, we got left to talk about, baby.
We got one more topic?
We got hoops, man. We got to talk a little basketball now. Oh, no, that's banner. We ain't talking banner. We already talked banner. Now we talking hoops. Here we go.
Wow, a lot has changed.
A lot going on, right?
Yeah.
A lot going on. How you feel about your Nets? Still good?
Well, not really my Nets.
What? I thought you said you were taking them against the field, game by game, for the rest of the playoffs, up into the championship. I thought that's what you told me.
Yeah, maybe I guess you could say that for this playoffs.
Yeah. So
they
are your Brooklyn Nets, right?
Maybe I am rooting a little just for pride purposes, because whenever you put a take out there,
you put the take out there.
You put the take out there, you're kind of rooting for your
Brooklyn
own
Nets.
ego. Yeah,
your Brooklyn Nets. You said I don't care about the injuries. I still like those Brooklyn Nets,
and they proved me right in the game prior to the last. KD just completely went off.
And then what happened after that, man?
Well, we talked about this a little bit yesterday, and I don't think we were expecting this at all, though. Really. Were you expecting Chris Middleton just to...
Not the Chris Middleton part, but you look at the rest of those guys on the Nets offense, though. They look drained. They don't look like they still...
You didn't get the Jeff Green game. I mean, that was the X factor in the amazing KD game,
and
too.
Harden stayed as Harden. Like, he played a little bit better, but you could still see what I was saying.
But that's probably what he's going to be for the rest of the series or the near future, just based off the injury. So you need, whether it's Joe Harris, Jeff Green, maybe Blake Griffin gets like 25 or 30, which is something he hasn't done. He's been in that teen range.
And we said those guys are all good when they're your fourth or fifth option, not when they're your number 2 or number 3 option. That's where it changes a little bit for those guys, man, in terms of what you're asking them to do.
Game 7 at home, though.
Oh,
you betting? You're betting KD, right?
No, why would I do that?
You feeling Bucks?
Why? I'm just saying, like, why? What did you see yesterday to make you think that this is different?
It's a game 7.
Because Giannis didn't do anything different. Giannis was still Giannis. The thing that I saw when the Nets won, when Harden first came back, like you said, it took a heroic effort from Jeff Green. I'm not banking on Jeff Green having another heroic performance. KD gonna be KD. He can score 40 points again. You saw it did not matter. It did not matter. So for me, I think KD is gonna go off again. Absolutely. I think he's gonna be easy money sniper. That's why I love him. I love his game. And I love his nickname. The easy money sniper is just crazy. I'm just like, yo, it's easy money. He cashing out all the time, man. He just got that. But as a whole, man, that ain't gonna be enough. Giannis, the way Giannis was playing, the way that group was playing as a whole, man, offensively and defensively, I'm with them, man. I like them.
I get it because the Bucks at this point,
with
Drew Holiday, Middleton, and Greek Freak, it's basically 3 versus 2.
Yes, and you got PJ Tucker, who takes care of the defense part for a good part of the time. For a good part. And I like that because it lets Giannis still be Giannis. He's not getting overworked.
It's just tough for me to bet against KD.
I know you like names.
Versus Greek Freak, and just that uncertainty with him. Late game situations, game 7 on the road.
Like?
I know this one's on the road though in Brooklyn.
You saw what they look like, man.
Is this a bet? Is this what it is?
You want to bet again? You
haven't
finished the last bet. Like, there you go.
I know. I don't right now, but I didn't know because I feel like we both feel strongly about it.
That's fine. You could be strong without losing money or losing something. Yeah.
Okay.
I ain't worried about me losing, but it's just like
I got Nets in game 7. You got Bucks.
Yeah, man. But I will say this, Manuel Molina, he said that let's go Suns, and you're officially bounced from the bandwagon because remember you were on the Suns, you got a little Suns hype too. You know you bounce around, man. You're not really faithful.
This is why
when it comes to sports teams outside of Pittsburgh, man.
I know. I don't have an NBA team, and that's the one thing because it's so player driven. I like a bunch of players in the NBA, so I can't. It's hard for me to just get behind one team. Be honest with you. That's why I want Pittsburgh to have a team. Like Luka's going off this one time. All right, now you're like, oh man, I really like what Luka's doing over here. KD's going off. LeBron's going off. I'm just rooting for good stuff to happen. I'm rooting for the stars, and my takes are based off
the stars.
And
which stars you like more than the other
clutch
stars?
Factor, that type of stuff. Clutch. I think it's clutch factor. Yeah. It's based off what I've seen in the past.
Okay.
So I think that's why I took basically I let you take the bet of Luka versus Kawhi.
Yeah, I just
but
took the opposite.
I felt more
I
confident.
said that one. Yeah.
I felt more confident in Kawhi just because I know he was been there. Like
Mm-hmm.
championship. If I saw you win a championship,
I'm with you on that. Yeah,
I have faith in you. I haven't seen Greek Freak,
I'm
and as
with you,
much as
man.
KD's championships, little tainted, I
But
seen him do it.
You know the thing that's funny for me, I value KD and his championship pedigree a little bit more than I do Kawhi. With Kawhi in San Antonio, he wasn't the main person. We know he had a crazy squad with him the year that they beat Bron. I'm cool with that. Then the Toronto year, was he going off in the East? Sure. But we all know in that finals what he was able to face in that finals. So for me, I'm like, at least with KD, he had to go against Bron and Kyrie. Even though we know that they had the stacked roster, I'm like, at least I got to see you against healthy Bron and healthy Kyrie for, while he was there. But with Kawhi, I'm just like, man, I got to see you play against Steph. Y'all were running a legit box and one defense. Like we showed this. We were just like, yo, this is you don't play this college-wise. You don't play. This is a high school defense. Like the fact you're able to run this in the NBA Finals is a joke. So for me, I'm still skeptical about Kawhi's all this. Oh, the clutch factor championship.
It's a damn shame with this.
That's all I'm saying,
dude,
man. Yeah.
This could have been an epic run by him.
It could have.
But we're seeing playoff P.
Now you talk about inconsistent. You worried you buying the playoff P hype?
I think he's gonna close it out.
All right, we will see. We will see, man. We will see.
What's hilarious too is so much of this is game by game because we could have came in here if randomly we were recording after that Nets win with when KD went off and Jeff Green, we'd be talking up Jeff Green. Could he be the X factor?
No. You would be talking about.
I probably would.
You go crazy hype.
No, but it's
guys,
hilarious
man.
though because I was shitting on Marcus Morris throughout all these playoffs, and he's like the key factor in that Paul George game. He completely went off.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. Like, he's completely hot or cold, but could playoff P do it? I'm rooting for him.
Now, Manuel also said that epic run that you were just hoping Kawhi could have won on.
Yeah.
He said it would have got ended by the Suns.
That's
what he said. That's what he said, man. But Juicebox32 said he's with you, Deke. He says his favorite player was Shaq, so he just followed him and he only paid attention to his local teams. But from there, he would just like to look at different matchups and root for whoever he liked.
We need a damn Pittsburgh team, dude. Well, I don't know. They were saying this earlier in the playoffs that Brooklyn fans weren't really showing up. Like they had to really entice them to show. Whereas like the Knicks fans,
fans gonna
it was crazy.
Yeah, Knicks fans show up. Yeah.
So I was just thinking, can we move the Brooklyn team to Pittsburgh? That kind of be nice.
Dude, what? Don't play. Don't play.
That kind of be nice.
Bigger star, KD or Big Ben?
In Pittsburgh?
In general.
Come on, dude. Well, the NFL is a bigger brand.
No. KD or Big Ben? Who's bigger? Just as a name, who's bigger?
To me?
No, I just said it true. Who's bigger?
Come on, dude. Why you got to do this to me?
Asking. I thought about this. It randomly popped in my head when I was watching the KD highlight. And I was like, dang, I wonder who's like a bigger celebrity, KD or Big Ben, KD or Coach Tom. And I'm like, yeah, Big's easy money. Oh.
Probably worldwide. It's any of the top 10 NBA players.
Yeah,
like you think they're bigger than Tom Brady, even like Tom Brady, Mahomes?
See, I think LeBron is. I feel like with KD even is like close.
Even like Damian Lillard, though. Like, I'm talking worldwide.
Worldwide, like globally, yeah. I think Brady because of the championships he's won. But
like, how much do other countries care about NFL like that? I feel like a lot of countries care about NBA.
They do, but NFL, I feel like it's still like Tom Brady. That's a significant person. Like that's not like a run of the mill name. I just think like with him, I think it's different, man.
Okay, so he would be in competition with like KD, LeBron, like Kobe.
Yeah.
Who else, like after KD and LeBron, who's next? Because you could say Greek Freak, but does he carry that weight?
Extent.
I think. It was definitely Kobe.
Like Jordan has more pull than the guys that are going to be after that tier. Harden to an extent.
It's probably KD and LeBron and Kobe
that are just like that big.
Curry, definitely Curry.
But then if you start comparing them to guys like Cristiano Ronaldo or Messi,
soccer stars,
then it's just like
that's another level.
Yeah.
Is it just them two? Is there another guy right now?
Well, Neymar, he's another guy. Now, granted, he's not as like in this part of it, but he's still. Yeah, no, excuse me, Neymar's still in this part of that conversation. Yeah, I was just looking at my shoes. I thought about him. Little Neymar 5s right there.
Are they?
Yeah.
Those are custom like that.
Yeah. He did a collab with Jordan.
Those are sick. Why are they like infrared?
Yeah. So that was when he did his collab, he got to pick whatever. So if you see on the show, it's a 10 up there instead of the 23. It's different things that he put up there versus what a typical Jordan 5 would have. When you get to collabs, though, man, you get to do those type of things.
I was gonna say his jersey is never that color, right?
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't he on Barcelona?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I like it though.
It's cool. I didn't know that. That makes the shoes even cooler.
Hey man,
those are lows
you
too.
see, they sit right there. Yeah, that was actually one of my first ones that I caught when I was becoming a sneakerhead, baby.
Yeah, those are badass.
Yeah.
So I got Nets. You got Bucks.
Mm-hmm. Then
Hawks,
what do
Sixers.
You got?
Yeah. What do you have anything on Clippers, Jazz? It's just a fluky series. It's a weird series.
It is because like if playoff P shows up, but my thing is this: even with that, I still thought that the Jazz still had a chance to do what they were supposed to do.
Yeah, they should.
Yeah.
I think Clippers are definitely the underdog.
Right.
But playoff P could go off.
And they have the luxury.
Mitchell's been tailing off a little bit. I don't know how much of it is due to injuries, but yeah, he hasn't been the same after those first couple games.
Yeah. But they also have the luxury in terms of the Clippers of having the 1 game advantage right now. So it's a different
house money.
Right. So it's weird. I just don't know which one shows up. I don't know if they show up with the mindset that we got an extra game or if they show up with like, yo, we're trying to close it out. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know, but I don't trust playoff P, so I'm gonna go Jazz. I just can't trust that man, yo.
Series next game.
You said what?
What I mean is you have the
Jazz
Jazz for
I'm
the
saying
whole
next game.
Jazz next game.
Yeah, I'm saying next game.
All right, I'll roll Clippers then. So
I like them next game, and then we got Hawks and Sixers. That's a closeout game now.
Yeah, for the Hawks.
Yes. The comeback. We talked about that comeback. Insane.
Yeah.
Insane. I turned it off. I didn't think it was gonna happen. I told you. I turned it off, man.
I wasn't either. To be
Woke
honest
up like,
with you.
whoa, what the heck happened here?
Yeah, but everyone's talking about now just how devastating Ben Simmons is to the 76ers team, how it's just not a fit.
Yeah.
You got the excuses on both sides, whether it's, hey, he still does so much on defense, but if you're making that argument, he's just not the star we thought he was. That's all. He could be still a really good player in the NBA. He could be all NBA first-team defense, but the stars, it comes down to, do you want the ball in his hands last 5 minutes? Yeah. Can he carry you to a win when you're down 10 points, bring you back, close out a game for you? He's not that guy. He's just not that guy.
But you can't pay him like he's a superstar if that's what he's going to be. I mean, the guys in the chat are even agreeing with it. John Doe says Simmons is trash with the trash can emoji, along with 3 more trash emojis. Then Manuel Molina also says Ben Simmons is horrific at the free throw line. I mean, it was showing up where you could just tell he didn't want to have the ball in his hands. He wasn't trying to shoot. He didn't want anything to do with that free throw line. That's a problem when you're the $100 million man. If you're paid, mid-level, mid-tier is different. But when you're having that type of money, the expectations are that you're going to produce on that type of level. And when you see how Embiid is balling out while playing on, I think he has the torn meniscus he's playing on. You look at what he's doing. It's just like, Ben, what's the excuse here? And we're not even saying that you got to take a ton of jumpers, but think about Giannis. Giannis isn't the best jump shooter or best three-point shooter, but what does he do? He says, I can get to the lane and get 2 points by getting a layup. It don't matter if it's a jump shot. It don't matter if it's a fall away. I can get 2 points going to the cup. And he does it consistently. And you see him 30-plus points. This is what he does. And even when he missed the layup, what did he do? He grabbed the rebound, pat stat, and then after that, go back up with it. Ben can do the same thing. But it just looks like he just has zero interest in any contact where he going to end up getting fouled. I don't like it, man.
Yeah, this is definitely a breaking point. Because if they lose, you got to break up the team 100%. What's weird, though, you could see a scenario where they still win the series. All of a sudden, the Bucks beat the Nets.
Easily.
Sixers could beat the Bucks.
Easily.
And all of a sudden, what if they're somehow playing the Jazz in the final? Like, they could somehow win this. It. It's very, very unlikely, I think, at this point where we're standing. But that's the funniest part. This team could be really flawed, but somehow there's like a 0.2% chance they can win this championship.
Do you know how bad of a scenario that would be if the Sixers find a way to win this series, Brooklyn loses, Sixers beat Bucks, Jazz win against Clippers and Suns?
Well, it's possible now with the CP3 shit.
It is. And they said he's vaccinated.
Yeah, that's how long is he going to be out? Yeah. Is he going to miss like the first 2 or 3 games?
Like, dude, I'm just over here like, man, don't do this to me, NBA. We finally got out of quarantine, man. I'm just trying to watch some good ball. Don't do this to me, baby. Don't do this to me.
Give us Kawhi healthy again, please. Somehow, some way. Clippers, Suns, Nets. Who would Nets? Yeah, who do we want them to play? I guess Sixers, maybe.
I feel like Sixers have the better chance. Yeah, Trae Young.
People be flipping out more about that series.
Yeah. I feel like Trae would go off, but the Hawks, they don't have the team to compete with a healthy Brooklyn. But we're not going to get healthy, Brooklyn. We're not. They're not going to be healthy right next series.
Well, if Kyrie, actually, that'd be fun. Maybe a Kyrie versus Trae Young showdown, going back and forth a little bit.
I like healthy Kyrie.
But then, no one's going to stop KD, though.
Zero chance. And the further this thing goes along, hopefully the more healthy Harden becomes, and they have zero answer for him also.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, because that's what I was thinking with Harden. He could be neutralized a little bit because of his injury.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, if you bring in KD to the picture, that's going to be tough.
Absolutely, man. Hey, South Florida Steel 777. He says this real quick in the middle of our basketball convo. Just booked my cruise. Thanks for the $300 off, baby. Woo!
Send that book too.
Absolutely. Signed book coming your way, baby. And that's for everybody that's this. Like I said, you got 72 hours when you check out at Legends of Pittsburgh Cruise.com. You go ahead and book your cruise in these next 72 hours and use the code 72, the number 72, in honor of Mr. Zach Banner for coming on our show. You're getting $300 off. $300 off on your reservation, along with the signed copy of my book. It's happening, baby. That's how we living out here, man, because we appreciate y'all. That's what we're supposed to do, to reciprocate the love that y'all show us. So, South Florida Steel 777. We appreciate your South Florida. I always say so. I keep going back and forth on it, but I like it though, baby.
Who you got in this one, then? Hawks closing out or Sixers coming back?
I'm so conflicted because the Sixers are the better team, but mentally they are damaged right now. When you have been played the way that he did, when you have that big of a lead for that long in that game and you find a way to lose it and you're just publicly humiliated, dragged through, Doc questioning himself, everybody questioning themselves. Shout out to Lil Curry.
That's tonight,
though.
Right?
That's tonight.
That game's tonight.
Yeah. Shout out to Lil Curry, man. Lil Curry did his thing, but yeah, tonight it's them and the Clippers for the closeout. I feel like it's the Sixers getting it tonight. But I'm still gonna go against my better judgment and say, give me Trae Young closing it out, man. And the ATL. He said we going back home, going back to ATL.
That's what I'm thinking.
He said that last time we was in New York. You saw how that turned out.
I think I probably picked the Sixers
right.
2 days ago, winning the series.
You did.
But now I'm saying Hawks.
You did, and just remember, I've been saying Trae Young and the Hawks against this Sixers group, especially if Embiid was hurt. Remember that.
Okay.
I did say that. That was my caveat, and so far it's playing out.
Okay.
Little. Unorthodox at times, but it's working out. I'm just throwing it out there, baby.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah. And Original B-Lo, he says, are y'all two going to be on the cruise? Bro, we got to make that happen. Yeah. You think we're not going to see that? You think that ain't? Stop playing games.
I need to get in shape.
Stop playing games. He look like Brad Pitt out here in Fight Club.
I got the hat, too.
That's what he said, man. That's what he said. I've been over here just manscaping. Don't worry about me. I've been manscaping, so I'm ready to show off this taco or the lack of taco meat that I have. But that's the duality of this show right here, you know? Yeah. You got taco meat.
Easy.
Who sometimes gets a little X-rated on the cusp of a nip slip. And then you got me who likes to keep it a little more buttoned up. But either way, man, this is dope, bro. This is dope. So
it's a good podcast.
It was,
Feels
man.
Good.
Fun.
It's a Friday.
Action-packed. It is a Friday,
Kick
right?
back, maybe have a Corona or something. Watch these NBA games tonight.
Absolutely. I like your or something because I know how you get. Freaky Deke. It's the weekend. Deke gonna come back when we record next week. He gonna have all the stories. Hey, yo, I had this dream, and somebody said that Ben signed this extension. I had this other dream, and man, we traded for Jalen Ramsey for a 4th-round pick. You seeing anything about that? Man, I had this other dream. You know how deep get, baby. Come on now, because it is Juneteenth this weekend, right? Officially a holiday. Shout out to Biden, giving us a federal holiday in the building. Another day for us to just chill out and enjoy and reflect and do all the things that we're supposed to be doing. Father's Day weekend as well. So Big Deke energy. He's going to come back with some very, very lucid dreams. And I am so excited. Man, you even said right there, lucid dreams, freaky Deke. Yes, baby. We getting all that this weekend. I'm excited. I know when we come back, we're going to have something crazy going on, man. You know how you get
I am golfing on Father's Day.
Oh, hey now. See, here we go.
That doesn't have to do with these dreams, though.
You sure?
But I'm sure I'll have a good golf story, maybe.
Okay. I hope so. I think what I got this weekend? I got solo show tomorrow, 93.7 The Fan.
Nice.
For the local people,
what
man.
Time?
93.7 The Fan. I'll be up there 1 to 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you're not local, just use the radio.com app and then, just tune in. 93.7 The Fan. I'll be up there 1 to 3 p.m. doing a little solo action, talking some shop, little ball, have a little fun with it. Hopefully don't get kicked off the air. I try my best. Then after that, we got Father's Day.
Yeah, it's your big day.
Yeah, I guess so, huh? Yeah. Even though you big Deke energy, you ain't got no little Dekes out here, right? Or do you? You got any little Dekes around?
I'm not a father.
Okay, all right. Well, Good. Keep it that way for a little while until you're ready.
Definitely. That's the plan.
Yeah. And then let's see, man. I think I got to golf this weekend or one of these days coming up. I think I got to golf. I got to check, man. But it's going to be dope, man.
Nice.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. For my good people over at the McGuire Memorial Foundation. Show them love here, man.
Nice.
So, yeah, with that being said, though, baby, it's a fun time. We're good to go. Hope y'all enjoyed the episode, man. Enjoy your weekend. Happy Juneteenth. Happy Father's Day. Stay safe. And until next time, baby.
Peace.